Ed, Willie, followed by Tiny, Gert, Rob, and Steve. All right, marshals, hands in the air. All the World GT guys, okay, perfect, all good. We are ready to go in auto trim, F1, A main. Drivers ready, marshals ready, on the tone. And into the first corner, Alex driving a nice smooth line. These cars are tough to drive. One goes cartwheeling. Thank you very much for getting out of the way. Across the line, we've got Alex, followed by Sven. Oh, somebody up into the stage. And the carnage begins. These cars are not so easy to drive. Traction roll, catching the front wing, they are a challenge. But current race order is Alex, followed by Sven, Brandon in third, Gert, Rob, Steve, Ed, Willie, Tiny, and Joey. This is heat number 25. Up next is 12th Mod A-Main, the fastest cars of the weekend. Any of you spectators want to stick around and see what the absolute fastest cars we have out here are? They're up next. Back to F1. Alex still in the lead. Sven and Brandon is your top three. Just a heads up, we don't have any 12th mods through tech yet. If you're in 12th Mod A-Main and you want to make it, get down to see the lovely people at tech. Back to the race. We are a minute 20 in, 3:40 left to go. Alex, Sven, and Brandon is still your top three. Two minutes in, 3 minutes to go. Race order unchanged. Alex, Sven, Brandon. The rest of the group, Rob, Steve,
3 minutes left.
Ed, Gert, Joey, Tiny, and Willie. Steve moving up into fourth, ahead of Ed and Rob. All right, race leader Alex in the mild 7 car. That is the light blue and light yellow. Just coming out onto the straight, still in the lead, followed by Sven and Brandon. Gap back is 3.8 seconds to Sven. Gap is 3 seconds back to Brandon. So everybody fairly spread out on the top three. Top 4 guys.
2 minutes left.
Battle really for the podium here. Close battle back for 5th, 6th, and 7th between Gert, Steve, and Ed. They're all on a 21 lap pace. Minute 45 left to go. Up front, Alex. Driving that mild 7 car, smooth. As he comes into turn number 1, turn number 2. Behind him, Sven and then Brandon. Gaps relatively unchanged, still 3 seconds between 1st and 2nd and 2nd and 3rd. Minute 20 left to go.
Right, the learning curve.
Race leader Alex, all alone on the straightaway into the first couple of corners. Lots of open track in front of him. He's looking to just drive it clean and bring it home. Take that top trophy honors here at ATD Auto Trim F1 in Victoria.
Becky, you want a radar at the bottom?
Alex through the infield.
Down in the top right corner there. Yeah.
43 seconds left to go. Gaps. Alex pulling out a bit of a gap here. Moved it up a second. As he comes across. Driving much more than a straightaway back to second place Sven and third place Brandon. There is race leader. Checks up. Make sure he doesn't get entangled. With all the wings on these cars, it is easy for them to get locked up with one another. 2 seconds to go.
Car 1 is done.
That is
Car
race done,
7
and
is
Alex
done.
just got
Car
you at the
10 is
line.
done.
Great race.
Car 5 is done.
As we're coming
Car
across.
3 is done. Car 9 is done.
Just waiting for Brandon.
Car 8 is done.
And Gert.
Car 4 is done.
And that is a race, everybody. Oh, is Sven. Sorry, Sven, are you still... Are you broken, or are you still running? You done? Okay. That drops Sven down. That hands third place over to Ed Mardones. Top 3, Alex, Brandon, and Ed to behind the driver's stand for podium pictures. And next up, we've got the top, the best, the fastest class this weekend, Novak 12th Mod. These cars have way too much horsepower and way too little tire. They are amazingly difficult to drive. Very good.
1:30 left. One minute left.
All right, we've got some prizes here sponsored by Avid RC. Big thanks to the Avid guys from coming all the way up from Texas, just living outside of Austin, Texas. We've got, first up,
45
prizes. We've
seconds
got
left.
Mark Nielsen from Summerlin, BC. Brent Wendy from Kamloops. Colin Dick
30
from Surrey,
seconds
BC. Joey Krasinski from Castle Rock. Rob Hall from Langley. Dan Sage from Vancouver. Randy Sides from Salah, Washington. Corey Harpke from Redmond.
15 seconds left.
Al Noor from Calgary. And Keith Yu from Richmond. So if you heard your name there, you've got a door prize up here, generously supplied by Avid RC. Come on up and claim it. All right, everybody is checked. Let's get them lined up. Yep, we've got everybody checked. Yep. Oh. All right, so I just heard, unfortunately, our club president, Canadian national champion, Blake Bell, not going to make the heat for the grid for this one. So up front, we've got Kevin Hebert out of Quebec, Canada. In second, we've got Corey Harpke. In third place, from Edmonton, Alberta, we've got Wayne Ma. Fourth place, we've got Peter Tozer from Calgary, Alberta. In fifth, Brian Bodine from Seattle, Washington. In sixth, Blake Bell, hometown hero, but unfortunately he's out for this one. In seventh, we've got Corgi Scales from Mission, BC. In eighth, John Sang from, I think, Vancouver, right? Burnaby. In ninth, we've got Jason Melnick from Kamloops. And in 10th, Craig Roberts, our hometown hero for this race. All right, we've got them all lined up. Marshals, can I see your hands? Let's see, all corners. We've got almost every chassis available represented here. Kevin running an Associated, Tozer with an Associated, Brian Blake with CRCs, Corgi with a Roche, John Sang with a VBC, Jason with an Associated, and Craig with a CRC. These are the top cars. These are the top drivers in Western Canada and Northwestern North America. Racers ready, drivers ready, on the tone. And they're off into the first corner. Kevin Hebert, right off the bat, pulling a bit of a lead over Corey. Wayne in third. Tozer, Brian, Blake, what a clean start. You didn't hear a body slap anywhere. That's how good these guys are, but it's amazing. Just think how fast. Imagine yourself inside one of these cars. You'd be sick already. Coming into the first corner, Kevin pulling out a big lead. Second place battle is tight. That is between Corey and Wayne. Corgi Scales, John, Brian, Peter, Jason, Craig, and Blake. Rounding out the rest of the heat up front. Kevin Hebert just walking away with the white, transitioning to green paint job. Second place, Corey in the yellow to blue. Third place, Wayne Ma in the white to blue. And fourth place, Corgi Scales in the white to blue. Kevin Hebert, one of the absolute best drivers in the world. Pleasure to have him here. It gives us a real good idea of how good our local racers are and how far we've got to go. Kevin walking through the field down onto the straight. That is your race leader. One of the best 12-scale drivers in the world. Real pleasure to watch him drive. In second, we've got Corey. Wayne and Brian up into fourth. Corgi down to fifth. John, Craig, Jason, and Tozer.